And okay, so this makes sense now. So I was a little surprised to see that I didn't have in the collaborative differentiation. Instead of putting my day-to-day lessons in there, I've actually put it down in my learning activities. So if you click on it, it will tell you exactly what you're doing for how many days. And that when I first started, you could even see that all the different things that you could do within this book per, chapter is right there. So this was our theme. And then if you get down to here, you're going to see what objective did I have, different types of learning activities, assessments, and how long is this going to take per. So, there's more than one way to do this. I don't recommend, reinventing the wheel. Or, my recommendation is, to try and work on this with somebody that you know, and that you trust, that that they know exactly how to use this, so that no one deletes anything, because it's a little disheartening when something goes missing. Um, but it's a great resource. It's a great way to create your lesson plans, especially because it allows you to build on your lesson plans rather than rewrite your lesson plans every year. But I'm going to go back to my notes page to just show you how, instead of having one note, which in the first video was from Robin, I've now put in a second note by myself so that you can read this. If I go to Analyze and I click on Standards Profiling, I can click, oh, there you go. I could click on my language, personal narrative, and now you see, you know, goals not assessed. I still have four standards that I've never assessed, and I have four that I did. And that's what we just did, is where we started putting that in there. The trick here is to make sure that this number and this number match. Okay? So my NJ Ask writing prep here, 26, 26, that's great. 29, 26, that's not great. Right? What I need to do is make sure that these numbers, these goals, these standards match my assessed. Okay? Um, when you first get this, you're going to be looking at a lot of blank pages, and you're going to try and figure out, well, how do I get this done? Um, a little bit at a time. I mean, that's really what it takes. I'm okay with anybody that teaches fourth grade coming in and copying out a lesson. Maybe I'll even maybe that's something that I'll try to show you right here. If I click on, let's do reading, and I want to do a unit copy, then what I can do is I could choose from somebody throughout the district. I recommend asking before you copying. Now, just because you've copied somebody doesn't mean that this is your Rubicon. This is your lesson now. This means that you literally copied somebody else's lessons. So you don't want to, you might want to copy to get a lot of the standards done and add to it and do your own thing and delete a lot of those boxes, because you need to show what you're doing each and every single day. But if I do this and I find, that fourth grade school that I want to copy, or my partners, because we're sharing, classes or sharing, certain information, I would literally just have to click on that person, and I could click on the exact things that I want to copy, and it will put it right into my course. Alright? Now, we don't teach any of these things anymore, alright? But once I copy it, it could override things that you already have in there. So the copying that you need to do, you need to think about before you start putting any information into it. All right. I'm not going to actually unit copy because I don't want to lose any of my information. All right. And if you want to add something, like for example, my reading, all right, I put my guided reading in here. So how do you do it? So if you want to add something, it says create a new unit. These are all units. All right. Say I want to do strategy lessons. All right. I can pick what week to what week, but I really don't worry about that because I can move it throughout here. I hit save. Strategy lesson shows up here. I'm doing that all the way down here. You know, at the beginning of April, I click on strategy lesson. This is what you're going to see. Nothing. Okay. If you have any questions, please send me an email. You know, as easy as it is to add stuff to it, it's just as easy to delete. I just highly recommend that you be extremely careful with what you're doing. Ask questions to individuals who have been using it, but it's really not too difficult. Another thing that I'm going to try and add is just an outline. I'm going to submit a Word document that you can type into on your own time. And then when you do have time, you can copy and paste it right into Rubicon. And this way you have your own copy, and you would literally just be, you know, where it says in the upper left hand corner, you know, standards, you could just do a brief standards, you know, write them down, write your essential questions. I'm going to try and make it exactly like this so that when you're going back and forth to your Word document, it's copy, paste, to try and make this as easy as possible for yourself. Alright? Thank you for your time. Take care.